Hello, this is Dr. Eric Bricker, and thank you for watching A Healthcare Z. Today's topic is the Great Resignation and its impact on employee benefits. So this video comes from a lot of data from a recent 60 Minutes article, or story I should say, that is actually based upon a bunch of LinkedIn data. All of you know I love LinkedIn. So this is a treasure trove of fantastic information about the Great Resignation, which I'm sure many of you already know about. So, what is the Great Resignation? So, 20 million workers have quit their job in the last 6 months of 2021. In other words, July through December of 2021, last year. 20 million people quit their jobs. They only started keeping track of the statistics 20 years ago, and this is by far the highest it has ever been. The quit rate is the highest it's ever been, hence the name the Great Resignation or the Great Quit. So, now, obviously when people quit their job, it leaves unfilled job positions. So let's look at the percent of jobs unfilled by industry. So, in education, 4.4% of all job positions are unfilled. In retail, 6.3% of job positions are unfilled. In healthcare, 8.2% of job positions are unfilled. And the highest industry is hospitality, hotels and restaurants, where 8.9%, almost 10%, almost 1 in every 10 positions in hotels and restaurants is unfilled. Now, as a result of that, in the past year, the hourly wage is the highest it also has ever been for hospitality workers. It's now $18.70 an hour, which is up 11% from the previous year. So, obviously, with the laws of supply and demand, if there is need for more workers, one of the things you got to do is you got to pay them more. So we're already seeing wages go up for hospitality workers. Now, this wage increase needs to be put in context. So your typical hospitality worker makes $651 per week. Now keep in mind, for the labor force in general, the average weekly wage is $837. So that is 30% more than what hospitality workers make. So in other words, hospitality workers they're low-paying jobs. So go figure that one of the lowest paying sectors of the economy has the most jobs that are unfilled. And so the wages are going up as a result of that. Now, another important dynamic about hospitality work is that 34% of hospitality positions are part-time, and that is super high. So if you compare it to the overall labor force, only 15% of all workers work part-time. So it's a lot more than double the amount of part-time work in hospitality. And you kind of think about that, right? If you think about people that might be working at a front desk at a hotel, or that might be working as a waiter, or even as a manager at a local restaurant, that they're working part-time and not full-time a lot of the time. So, one of the other big trends that LinkedIn points out to 60 Minutes in their expose about the Great Resignation is that remote work has obviously changed dramatically as well, where pre-pandemic, only 1 in every 67 job listings was for a remote position where you could work at home, whereas now 1 in every 7 jobs offered is remote. That is an increase from 1.5% of all positions to 15% of all positions. In other words, it is a 10x increase in being able to work remotely. Now, what they also found was that workers were 2.5 times more likely to apply to a job if it was remote than if it wasn't remote. So in other words, being remote is more attractive for people. Go figure. So what you have here as the result of the Great Resignation with 20 million people leaving their jobs is employers are trying to do things to lure people in. So what are they doing? They're increasing wages. Talked about here for the hospitality workers. Two, they're increasing flexibility. You can almost, this, and in terms of the remote working, you can almost think of that as like a lifestyle benefit. Okay, so they're paying them more, they're giving them a better lifestyle. I mean, I think the average commute time in America is like 30 minutes each way. So like by working home, you save an hour a day. And that's a lot of time. Like if you have kids, that is a lot of time. If you don't have kids, that is a lot of time. So the lifestyle improvement from remote work is tremendous for a lot of people. Yeah. And finally, let's talk about benefits. And this really comes from, because I'm trying to put together what I'm seeing in the marketplace with what I'm reading in the newspaper and all these statistics. So last fall, I talked to about, believe it or not, it's probably about 120 different insurance brokers and benefit consultants and the employers that they work with. And guess what? They were telling me a lot of these things, but we were having specific discussions around benefits and health insurance and health care for their employees. And this is what they were saying. One, they were offering a lot more benefits to their part-time employees. So historically, they had offered a variety of benefits to their full-time employees, but they historically had not offered them to their part-time employees. And now I saw across many of those 120 conversations, and just in the past week, I talked to like another 20 brokers and benefit consultants, and the trend is only accelerating, where more employers and brokers and consultants are wanting to offer more benefits to their part-time employees in addition to just their full-time. In order to attract the part-time employees, right? 34% of these hospitality jobs are part-time. They need to fill those part-time jobs too. Okay, and then also that with this remote work dynamic, the benefits also need to not be geographically limited. The benefits need to be not geographically limited. So employers are looking for benefits that they can give to their part-timers, and also the employee can take advantage of no matter where they are. Because with all these remote workers, the likelihood is that they're going to be all over the place. So I wanted to share with you these statistics around the Great Resignation, and thank you for watching.